Okay, so hello, I am Noam Velan. I manage Carestream's PACS, vendor Looper Archive, and Super PACS platforms. As a PACS vendor, one of Carestream's major focal points is to provide a platform that supports image sharing and workflow sharing across multi-sites and in and out of the enterprise. I'm going to talk about two things. One is where we see image sharing market going, what is the direction, what would we perceive as the adoption rate of new technology, and also what are the types of solutions that we're expecting to emerge from this transition for more CD-based solutions to cloud and electronic exchange-based. So, when we look at where we think the market is going, we definitely think that the end result would be CD-less, which means no CDs and more of an electronic way of transferring information. However, we think that this transition will be very slow and gradual. And the reasons is that one of the major advantages of creating a CD is that it's cheap. And as an imaging center or a hospital owner, when I'm faced with two options, one option is to continue burning CDs as I do today, which is cheap and convenient, as opposed to go into invest in a cloud technology. Unless I'm forced to, and since I don't have any immediate incentive, I would probably, take a step back and remain with the CD technology. However, eventually, ultimately patients and physicians prefer to get those images on a cloud web-based format and not on a CD. And this will drive the industry to that direction, and this move is inevitable. What will happen is imaging centers will start offering this as a service, as an additional service for competitive reasons, and the rest of the industry will eventually tag along and will move to that direction as well. So this is what we think is the direction, and now I'm going to talk about what we think are going to be the solutions. So today we have one major form of image sharing tool, which is the CD, but the CD itself actually serves different purposes to different type of users. Not everybody uses the CD in the same way. And the different users, which are the radiologists, the physicians, and the patients, has actually different needs and different uses. The radiologists really want to see and work on the external images using their existing tools, the existing PACS, the existing RIS, their existing dictation system, and the CD is more of a means to transfer information into their native systems. On the other side, the trained physicians just really want quick and easy access. They don't want anything to install in their system. They don't want IT complexities. They just want to see the results as quick as possible. And this is, for some extent, also true for the patients, with the additional need for the patient to actually store it, archive it for future use, and share it. So the patient, in addition to just wanting to see the results, will also want to have the option to share it, maybe with another physician, get a second opinion, maybe just show it to family, etc. So that is another layer of management on top of the easy access. So the CD kind of provides a mediocre solution for all of the above, but as we move to a more digital solution, we'll have more tailored solution for the different type of users, more customized solution to tailor the need a little bit better. So radiologists really need a smart way of moving stuff into their local PACS. Referring physician needs really access and like a light viewer or zero-foot viewer option to view the images, and the patient really need the web interface and the management. So we think we'll see different solutions that are tailored into that. What we think will happen is that we're going to start to see solutions that are a little bit similar to the XDS sharing options with that kind of index all the metadata, and edge servers that kind of aggregate the data and get the data into the cloud. And we think that it's not going to be just XDS, because XDS is adopting a bit slowly, so those edge servers will have to be an intelligent component that will need also to be able to get DICOM information inside and HL7 information inside, and kind of normalize everything, and ultimately provide it in a web-based option for patients and an XDS interface, registry interface for other clouds and vendors. For the radiologists, we will need to develop, and actually Carestream promotes this type of solution, a way to intelligently move DICOM information from one PACS to another PACS. And there are a lot of challenges in doing that. First of all, how do you detect that you need to move? There are ways of doing it through HL7 or incoming DICOM studies. You need to have the agreements between the institutions to move, and this is also a challenge. And you also need a way how to make that information coming from one PACS be meaningful in another PACS. And there are a lot of challenges around that. First of all, there's the medical record name issue. Even with a full EMPI and perfect matching, there's still problems typically in legacy system PACS to understand global MRN as opposed to local MRN. So that intelligent component will need to convert everything to the local MRN that the PACS expect. Some sort of prefixing to differentiate between incoming data and existing data, and some sort of tag morphing mechanism to normalize data for hanging protocols and other procedures. This is from the back-end or radiologist solution. For the patients and referring, this same cloud, same solution should have an interface going outwards that is patient-centric at the end, the patient will have to give some sort of consent, and the study will be associated with the patient user account. And then the patient, of course, will have full access to view, to share, and to do any sort of manipulation with his images. And the referring physician at the beginning could, and I distinguish between the referring physician inside the institution or, for example, in a hospital that will typically just view the images locally, to an external physician that will have to get the information via the patient, either by assigning it to an inbox that belongs to that other referring physician, or via sending one-time URL, or any other sorts of way of communicating access to the images, which can later be revoked and controlled by the customer. So, to conclude, we believe that the future would be cloud-based, would be digitally exchanged-based, but that will be a very gradual transition. We'll have CDs for a very long time. And PACS is around for 20 years and we still have film. And cloud is just making its first strides now. So, and also creating CD is actually even cheaper than creating film. So we'll probably have those around for quite a while, but they would come together in parallel with other solutions which are web-based. Thank you.